Scrabble is a word game in which 2 to 4 players score points by placing tiles, each bearing a single letter, onto a game board divided into a 15 by 15 grid of squares. The tiles must form words that, in crossword fashion, read left to right in rows or downward in columns, and be included in a standard dictionary or lexicon. Scrabble is the ultimate crossword game in which every letter counts. Grab your friends and take turns forming words on the board. After playing your turn, count the value of all the letters in every new word that you formed. Don't forget the bonus points for placing letters on premium squares. Double letter, triple word, it's all about playing words on the high scoring hotspots to get ahead. Played a Q on a triple letter score, your score just got a lot bigger. Use all your 7 tiles in one turn and score a whopping 50 points in addition to your word score. Knowing the rules and a few tricks will help you to score more points and improve your chances of winning. At the end of the game, the player with the highest score wins. Rules: games only have 2 players. Each match has 2 games, one with each player playing first. Players initially draw 7 tiles each and place them on the rack. The first player combines 2 or more of his or her letters to form a word and places it on the board to read either across or down with one letter on the center square. Diagonal words are not allowed. After playing a word, the player receives replacement letters, one for each letter played. Following the first turn, players alternate. Each plays a series of tiles forming a word, possibly more than one word, as below, and then draws new tiles. Always keep 7 tiles on each rack, unless there are not enough tiles left. The letters placed in a single turn must all be in a single horizontal row or in a single vertical column, and the letters placed plus letters already on the board must form a single word from the dictionary with no gaps. Each new word must connect to the existing words in one of the following ways: adding one or more letters to a word or letters already on the board, placing a word at right angles to a word already on the board. The new word must use one of the letters already on the board or must add a letter to one of the words on the board. Placing a complete word parallel to a word already played so that adjacent letters also form complete words. Any new words formed by these connections must also be in the dictionary. Each of the 2 blank tiles may be used as any letter. When playing a blank, you must state which letter it represents. It remains that letter for the rest of the game. You may use a turn to exchange all, some, or none of the letters. To do this, place your discarded letter or letters face down. Draw the same number of letters from the pool of remaining letters and then mix your discarded letter or letters into the pool. This ends your turn. You may not exchange more tiles from your rack than are in the pool or are in your rack, of course, but there is no other limit on how many tiles you may exchange. The game ends when all of the letters are either in the player's racks or on the board and one player uses his or her last letter, or both players exchange some number of tiles twice in a row for a total of 4 exchanges. Scoring: the score for each turn is the sum of the letter values in each word or words formed or modified on that turn, plus the additional points obtained from placing letters on premium squares. Premium letter squares: a light blue square doubles the score of a letter placed on it. A dark blue square triples the letter score. Premium word squares: the score for an entire word is doubled when one of its letters is placed on a pink square. It is tripled when one of its letters is placed on a red square. Include premiums for double or triple letter values, if any, before doubling or tripling the word score. If a word is formed that covers two premium word squares, the score is doubled and then redoubled 4 times the letter count, or tripled and then re-tripled 9 times the letter count. Letter and word premiums count only on the turn in which they are played. On later turns, letters already played on premium squares count at face value. When a blank tile is played on a pink or red square, the value of the word is doubled or tripled, even though the blank itself has no score value. When 2 or more words are formed in the same play, each is scored. The common letter is counted with full premium value, if any, for each word. If you play 7 tiles on a turn, it's called the bingo. You score an additional 50 points after otherwise totaling your score for the turn. Unplayed letters. When the game ends, each player's score is reduced by the sum of his or her unplayed letters. In addition, if a player has used all of his or her letters, the sum of the other player's unplayed letters is added to that player's score. The player with the highest final score wins the game. In case of a tie, the player with the highest score before adding or deducting unplayed letters wins. If a match has one winner and one loser, the player that scored more points, combining both games, wins the match. If that number is the same for the two players, the match is a tie.